brain damage, cause and effects. I feel like there's so extremely much entailed in that. So the cause is, if you've watched my other videos, then you know that we've pretty well established that the cause of the brain damage is from shaken baby syndrome at 5 years old, multiple traumatic brain injuries that have happened over the years. That includes concussions from getting bucked off my horse, which, again, that's probably going to be one of those things that's going to have a video of its own, because having a horse, let alone a Mustang, at the age that I was absolutely retarded on the caregiver's part, being grandma and grandpa. But several concussions from getting bucked off my horse. I've been beat upside the head with a 2x4, 2x4s, 4x4s, flooring, you name it. I've had a lot of shit happen, and some of it is kind of hard to remember exactly like what caused the specific parts of injuries and specific injuries that happened, and deciphering which of those, kind of going through my memories of, okay, I remember this, and this happening, but that's not on topic. So that's why I'm pausing right now, to make sure that I am staying on track. I have been in several car accidents as well throughout my life, but that's one of those things that is going to require a video of its own. So since we kind of have the majority of the cause pretty well figured out, the effects, holy shit, this long is list, and list is long, and that happens. I get disorientation and confusion are pretty much a given for as much damage as there is that I have going on with me. Confusion, disorientation, those happen quite frequently. I decided to do the smart thing and pull my notes out that I've been working on. You're gonna have to bear with me here for a bit while I flip through pages and trying to decipher what's what with all of my notes here. But effects of brain damage, obviously memory is one, disorientation, confusion, lack of words, isolation. Yes, that isolation is a big thing. I tend to isolate myself away from people at this point in my life because I'm not really a social butterfly. I don't talk to many people. Despite these videos that I'm doing, I'm not a social person whatsoever. I have very, very few friends. Social life is very hit or miss, very spotty for me, but that's due to my own previous experiences with people, and people in this area let alone, on top of not being able to communicate with other people to where they can understand me and I can understand them. Lack of general knowledge, that's simply from just not being taught anything at all, especially in my childhood. That the most crucial time in your life for everything is your childhood. That's where everything happens. That's where you learn everything. Everything that you probably got, whoever is watching this, like, I didn't get that. I wasn't taught anything about life. So what I know now, I've had to learn on my own. communication is a really big problem. I mean, as I've mentioned probably several times, I suck with words. I suck with trying to get words out, let alone the right words that I want to come out, on top of having my moments that it's so hard to explain because I don't even know what's going on. It's as if my brain just shuts down. It just pauses for a second, and it's like, in my head, I'm still here. I can see everything. I'm like dissociating. Dissociation. I have a very hard time with speaking sometimes, and that is just as much from brain damage as much as problems with my mouth that I'm not getting into in this video. Cognitive health is slowly declining, and by slowly I mean like it's not like taking leaps and bounds every single day. It is declining every day, but it's not jumping a lot from day to day, but it is declining slowly every day. But also within the let's see here, this is towards the end of September now, and yeah, it's been about 6 months roughly that I have been noticing my cognitive health really declining. So within the last 6 months, it has gone down about the amount that you would see with someone in their 60s or 70s with dementia, with how slowly it progresses. And my cognitive function currently is declining a lot faster than that. At the very moment, I don't know how to describe or explain deeper what exactly I'm talking about, what's going on in my head when I say that my cognitive health is declining. I know that it is. I don't know how to I don't know how to form words for that to explain it better. Let's see here. Memory, ability to form words, easily confused, disoriented. Trying not to go too fast because I know that sometimes I can be hard to understand if I'm talking too fast. So we got confusion, disorientation, lack of ability to communicate, concentrate, and focus. Those are huge, huge problems for me. I can't seem to concentrate or focus on anything for more than just a few seconds, and it's not ADD, it's not ADHD, it's nothing like that. Mood problems, it's more so like that I will be in any given mood and I don't even know how I'm feeling. I could be happy and just have moments of like, I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm happy or if I'm angry or what I'm feeling. It's just, in my head, it's just this big mess of, I don't know what's going on. Learning disabilities, that's a big one. Trouble with judgment, problem solving, starting or finishing tasks. That is, oh my god, that just thinking about trying to start or finish a project is frustrating to me just because it is so hard for me to stay on it and keep on going. If I am able to get started, even like just starting is mind-boggling to me. It's as if, like, again, like my brain just shuts down. It seems like there is so many things that cause my brain to just seemingly shut down. I don't really know how else to explain that or describe it other than that's just what it seems like. Trouble with organizing thoughts and ideas. You probably figured that out by watching my videos, that I have a hell of a time keeping my thoughts organized. Trouble following conversations, following directions, pretty much anything verbal anymore. Like, I have been watching the decline of that as well. That when someone is verbally talking to me, I'm hearing everything that they're saying and I am listening, but I cannot comprehend or remember anything at all that they had just said to me. So if it's instructions, you might as well write it out for me because I will not remember any of it. Trouble with giving and receiving nonverbal communication is big. Like, for me, communication, I feel like should just have, I'm probably going to do another video on just communication because there is so extremely much entailed into that. So I'll try to not get into that right now. Trouble knowing when or how long to talk about literally anything. That's a thing. Increasing problems with processing and verbalizing words and or phrases. That's a big problem. All around general mental processing is slowing down over time. Emotional issues are also a big thing. I have such a hard time managing my emotions, and by that I don't mean anger, I mean it seems as if, looking back throughout my life, it seems as if crying is my default emotion when I'm not okay. So controlling that is very, very hard for me. Depression, that's, yeah, absolutely. Depression and anxiety, those are big issues. Some of this stuff I'm just kind of glancing over because not all of it is really for this video. I can see in my written notes I was repeating myself a lot, and so it's not just in videos that you see, it's in my own writing notes to myself. I repeat shit a lot because I can't remember that I said or wrote down whatever it is. So as often as I repeat things in these videos, that is proof that you see of how well my memory does or does not work in those moments. Alright. So there is a lot of other physical bodily problems that I'm dealing with as well, and a lot of them are attached to brain damage, but I don't know that I really want to get into it in this video because I'm trying to keep this one a little bit shorter today because I really don't feel like doing the same thing as I recently did, trying to make a super long video. So I stumbled across some of my notes on the MRI report that I got. So the hard physical evidence on paper saying, yes, you have brain damage, and the findings and everything. So I'm showing at least 2, if not more, areas that are 7 to 8 millimeters of T2 signal hyperintensity on the right side of the brain, showing white matter, which is brain damage caused by head trauma. So for anyone that does not know, T2 signal hyperintensity means that the MRI machine cannot read what's going on in those places. T1 means that the machine can read what's happening there, but it's very hard. It's very difficult for the machine to do, but it's not impossible. For T2, it is literally impossible for the machine to read what's going on there because, well, hyperintensity. That's pretty much it. There is so much of something happening in those areas that it's unknown. We have no idea what's going on. Okay, so I had to take a few seconds to pause and go through more notes. So, one of the other, biggest number one kind of issues that I'm dealing with as a result of brain damage, so the effects, aside from all the other stuff that I've listed off, pretty much unless I'm up moving around, it doesn't register. I don't remember to even mention it. But when I am up moving around at all, I don't know what exact wording I need to use, so some of this may not be exactly accurate, but it is as close as I can get it because I don't know what other words I need. Balance and hearing are big, big things. I mean, I know that I kind of went over hearing a little bit in probably a couple of my other videos, but with hearing, I can hear fine, but there is lots of times that out of nowhere, for no apparent reason, I can be sitting still just like I am now in a completely quiet area, and out of nowhere I feel like I just got hit in the side of the head with like a sledgehammer or a shovel or something, and I hear this really loud white noise. It's not a ringing, it's just a white noise like you hear when, like in the movies, when a bomb goes off or something, and it's that white noise that you hear. That's what I hear. And sometimes it's on both sides, sometimes it's only on one side or the other. I've been trying to track that, and there is sometimes at certain places, I really don't know how to explain this, but I took a picture at one point pointing right about here on one side or the other when that happened, that I could hear. I felt that feeling of like I'm being hit upside the head and hearing that noise, and it's like I can hear it like right here is where it sounds like it is. It sounds like I'm hearing it inside my head. I don't know how else to explain that other than like that. But balance, when I say balance, I'm not talking about like being dizzy or lightheaded. It's not vertigo. It's not everything moving. I can feel that it's within my own head, within my own brain, basically, that when I'm walking or standing, I will start to lean one way or another, or completely fall over, but it's not registering with me in my head that, hey, you're falling over, because that's what I mean by my balance is off. I really don't know how else to describe a lot of this stuff other than how I'm doing. But balance problems. I don't know what's going on other than I fall over because as far as I can visually see, I am standing upright. I'm standing straight. I'm walking straight until I visually see a tree in front of me is no longer looking like it's straight up and down. It looks like it's, sideways, vertical, or I can't remember which one is vertical and which one is horizontal, but you know what I mean. That's what it is like for me. I know it just suddenly got dark. Sun is being the typical sun. Clouds are covering it and then it comes out and see like it's changing again. But anyways, there is a lot of emotional issues that has been brought on by brain damage as well. But again, it's not something I want to get into in this video. This one was more for just trying to go over the physical effects of brain damage. There is more. There is a lot of mental and emotional and more physical that is also tied into other things as well. There's so much that just meshed together and basically works against me in Grandpa's favor because he was the one that caused all of this. But there is more, but it will be coming in a different video.